Capsuleers? This is the Lone Wolf, and welcome back to another Twitch stream of Lone Wolf Plays Evil Mind. Now, today is going to be more geared towards information. What I decided to do today was I wanted to discuss the way education in the game works. Skill building, for lack of a more succinct way of saying it. Now, one of the things you're going to notice is that you are leveling at a very set specific pace. That pace is going to be roughly 15 points per minute. Yeah, 15 skill points per minute, roughly. All right, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less, depending on exactly how your character's set. Well, believe it or not, that actually comes from in-game stats. Now, as you see here, we're still on my alpha clone, Mr. Claude, and the point of it today is to give you a quick idea of what exactly we're looking for. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to our character tab in our character sheet, and we're going to specifically look at attributes. Now, as you see here, your attributes, mine are actually a little bumped at the moment because I have two implants that I got from performing the earlier missions. So if we look here in the augmentations tab, you'll see that I have a limited ocular filter, which gives me +1 on, I believe, perception. Yes, +1 on perception. And also a limited social adaptation, which gives me 1 point in charisma. Now, when you start your alpha clone out, you're going to start off with set stats with everything being at 20 points except charisma, which will be at 19. The reason these points are important is because if you're in the process of trying to learn specific skills, some stat points actually increase specific learning skills. So if you want to take a look, you can actually mouse over the section and it'll tell you this particular one, which is Gunnery, benefits from perception and willpower. So the higher perception and willpower are, the faster you will gain your training points in that particular area. In this particular case, if we come over to navigation, intelligence and perception are your two big ones. If you want to be a resource processor, you want memory and intelligence. I believe, yes, same goes for planetary management, and I believe science, intelligence, and memory. Now, I'm not sure, I'll be honest, I'm not sure if the order in which these are makes much of a difference, but I do know that by increasing your stats in those areas, you will see an improvement on your learning skills. So with that in mind, there's several different ways to improve those stats. The first one is by adding implants. These implants actually provide set bonuses for the individual skill stats, and each slot is specifically registered to an individual trait. So in this particular case, slot 1, which handles perception, is an ocular filter. It will always be an eye. Now there are some variances in implants. You have your basic level of implants, which specifically are to boost your character's learning speed. Then you also have additional implants, which will also give you boosts to different aspects of your skills. So, for example, we're going to go ahead and we're going to pull up the regional market to make this a little bit easier. as you see, I'm already here in the attribute enhancements. These are slots 1 through 5, and these are where you will be putting your stat boosters. So slot 1, as we know, is an ocular component, and as you see, this here is the available bonus. You get plus 3 points to perception, and you also get 0.15% to power grid and capacitor amount. If you're trying to stretch your capacitor just that little bit, this augmentation might be what you need. Each one, though, is a little bit different. As you see, the Ascendancy Alpha here gives you a plus 4 to perception, but will also give you a 1% bonus to your warp speed. So if you're trying to stretch your warp speed out, maybe the Ascendancy series is what you're looking at. See, Crystal is right here. Is a boost to shield boosting. If you play a race that specializes in shield boosting, that'll probably be beneficial if you need the extra bits of defense. These will still provide you bonuses towards your perception, but instead of just being to your perception, like you would find down here in your standard ocular filters, which, as you see, they're not exactly necessarily cheap. The basic filter, the limited ocular filter gives you plus 1 bonus only, and this will probably be your cheapest options, mostly because the boost you get from them is going to be relatively limited. If you're looking to really improve your speed, you're probably going to want to bump up into the basic or standard, but those are where you're going to start seeing your major price increases. In fact, your basic ocular filter, which is a plus 3 to your perception. As you see here, plus 3 perception. Yes, plus 3 perception. Okay. That is 10 million. And I'm here in Cheetah. This is specifically in Cheetah. If you're not in Cheetah, you might not have an opportunity to see that price. Again, these stats are primarily, from my understanding, to improve your rate at which you will learn your different stats, your different skills. Slot 2, as you see here, slot 2 is a boost to memory. So if you have career skills that you're trying to learn that benefit from memory, then you're going to want to make sure you have slot 2 for something. Now in this case, you'll get a boost in the ship's agility and armor hit points. If you have armor built class, that's not a bad idea to get, because on top of the fact that you get armor on your ship, you'll be able to turn it just that little bit faster, and that may be able to. Now again, this has a full series, and I'm not going to go through every single individual one of them, because, well, to be honest, that'll take quite a while, and there are already, you can already see what's here. But if you take a look, here's a memory augmentation, and again, this is a basic unit, so this is the plus 3. Again, approximately 10 million. That's typically going to be what you're going to expect. Now, if you want to just get something extra, well, it looks like your memory augmentations are a little pricey, even in June. But if you take a look at websites such as evemarketplace.com, you might be able to find a better price at another station. Moving on to implant slot 3, its primary boost here is to willpower. Now, mind you, again, I'm not really sure outside of education what this benefit the individual player would. But in this particular case, the Ascendancy is a boost to, again, warp speed, gamma, to armor repair, crystal, to shield booster. So as you see, these various implants do offer a significant number of improvements. Let's see if I can't reduce this to strictly. Nope. Okay, I can't do anything to limit this to just stuff you can get as a alpha clone. But again, here are your basic stuff. Here is your limited neural. Again, and as you see, this one here, approximately $1 million, a little bit more than $1 million. And again, you can always look up sites that will have improved pricing to really help you. Implant slot 4. This is for intelligence. Seems pretty straightforward. Now, the cybernetic subprocessor is what this is going to be based off of. You have your cybernetic down here, and there we go, the basic right here. Again, 10 million. You're going to find that to be about average and cheaper for the basic. But if you go for the limited, for this one, as of right now, 1.3 million. It's up to you whether or not the cost is worthwhile. Implant slot 5 is our last series, and this to charisma. Charisma is used primarily for skills that would imply that you're going to be dealing with. Each of these implants can be purchased and socketed, but you have to remember, once you've socketed an implant, you cannot remove said implant. Once it's in, place it, and you're destroying it. The next series of implants that are available, as you see here, is called Skill Hardwire. Now, there should be slots 6 through, I want to say 10. Yep. And each one, I'm not going to go through all of them individually. But if you are looking to improve individual aspects, like let's say you are running a missile ship and you want to improve your missile capabilities, well, that's where you plug in the slots in slot 6, various missile boosting capabilities. The Gnome launcher uses your CPU requirement. Down to a snapshot.
Skill training completed.
Will increase your cruise missiles. I mean, it's actually usually pretty straightforward once you take a look at these here. Now, I'm honestly considering setting up a clone strictly for a torpedo ship because, well, I'm really interested in doing that thing. So I would probably be picking up something like this. But for every skill, there is a skill hardwire implant. It's just a matter of determining which implants you want to have. In fact, there are even some implants that are specifically meant, as you see here, for reducing manufacturing time. If you're a construction person, if you're a kind of person who considers yourself a shipwright, these will be right up your alley. Any reduction in time, especially with some of these larger builds, can be a gigantic boon to your time. Resource processing. As you see here, 5% bonus to mining. That's a miner's booster. Then come down here. Improves for gas harvesting, for improving reprocessing, and even more for improving mining. I mean, it seems pretty straightforward to me. Now, the reason these slots are important, the slot numbers are important, as you see, we have here slots 1 through 5 and slots 6 through 10. The reason these are important is because if you were to slot something in, say, slot 8, for example, we will improve our whole HP using the inherent implants Global Mechanic MC801. Alright, that's not an overly expensive add-on. And if you're a whole tanked ship, then any boost you get there will come in. Well, now all of a sudden you want to do some mining. So you come down here and you decide you want to make it easier to improve your gas harvesting. Well, you're going to have to choose between gas harvesting and your hull hit rates. Ultimately, it winds up creating a level of strategy and planning, which fortunately proceeds into the nice benefit of your jump clones, which will be something I'll probably go into in just a little bit of time. The next thing to discuss is boosters. As you see, there are a few booster slots. Each booster has a specific purpose. They last a specific amount of time, and they individually improve different aspects, but can have a negative effect afterwards. In the case of this here, let's see. Alright, so this is a capacitor booster. This one's for armor improvement, and this one is for shield improvement. So you take those, and you will receive a specific amount of boost in those particular locations. Each one has its own series that you can use. In this particular case, the Pharmacon, missile flight time manipulation. So with this particular booster, for approximately 30 minutes, depending on 30 minutes, you will have a faster flight time on missiles. You could also choose to do these crash boosters, which improve your accuracy with missiles. Seems pretty square. Now, the problem with doing those is after doing them, you may find yourself with a negative side effect afterwards. Now, I'll be honest, I've never used one, so I've never actually seen what will happen with them. Wait, no, I'm sorry, I can't say I've never used them. The ones I've used actually are not slot 3. Are here in the booster slot 11. You have your hard shell, armor repairs and shield boost. You have your overclockers for improving your ship speed, and you have your pyro lances for improving your output, your damage output. They come in handy, especially if you are doing things that are just slightly outside of your range of safety and greatly improve your survivability, even if it's a small number, even at 3%. I've been doing the rogue swarm stuff for the past few weeks on my Omega account, and it turned out that with that slight boost, I was able to tear down the final ship in about half the time. The reason those are important, it's just like I'm gonna evoke the games like World of Warcraft for a moment. You take your potion to improve you take your flask to improve certain damage or shielding capabilities, and that's what you do. The last thing that's on the list to discuss right now are the cerebral accelerators. These are limited time use options. And what these do, they quite literally give you across the board benefits. In this particular case, your advanced synapse overmind accelerator here, which I'm actually planning on getting one of those on this particular character. I'm going to click the information button, and as you see, it is a 12-point boost to all slots. If you're starting at 20 like I am, that's almost doubling your potential learning output. And it lasts, I want to to say 24 hours for an alpha clone and almost 48 hours for an omega clone. And the synapse accelerators come in basic, advanced, standard, and extended. The extended is a 3-day version, but you lose some of the points and it's worth 10. So one of these will last you 3 days on the Omega account. And right now, if you were to choose to buy these right this second, because they're getting ready to expire, they're only good until the 9th. And right now, we're on the 3rd. So I can honestly plug this in right now, and I could probably buy 2 of these and have a nice, strong boost for the next few days. The only downside to doing any of these boosts is the fact that if you lose the clone, if you get potted, you're losing your implants. All of them. They do not transfer from clone to clone. And that's where your jump clones come in. You'll find that a lot of players who have the ability to use jump clones, instead of having multiple identical clones, they have a clone here that is specifically meant for education. And they'll have a clone in their home base that is specifically meant for a specific type of combat. And they'll have another clone elsewhere that is specifically meant for defensive or for mining, because you don't want to necessarily lose your influence. You'll take care of that from your cloning page. As you see, I have the ability to jump to a jump clone if I had it set up. Right now, I apparently do not have it set up. Well, at least let me rephrase that. I know I don't have one set up on this clone because it costs, if I remember correctly, 10 million to just initiate the program. Apparently not. So that's a quick overview of the way the points work and their benefit, and the way implants and boosters will benefit you as a player. And obviously, if you're here, since we're in the character sheet, this is your Plex information, and also to show you where you can buy various aspects of the game. Omega, you can do that right here. It's 500 Plex, or I believe it's $15 for a month. This is also where you would buy your ability to change your sculpt, your character's general appearance. You can buy clothes from here. Apparently you can buy some tattoos from here. And of course, ship skins. The other option you have is this is where you have biography. If you decide you want your character to have a biography, this is where you put it. options, mold. There we go. Now we have a link. So open up in your own browser. This is also where you get to see various mutations, kill rights you may have, or ones that you have, and then perhaps some combat log, and all that fun stuff. This is primarily for bosses and ships. History is your employment and skills. So you can see what's been trained over the course of the past year or two. So that's everything you'll find in the character sheet. The big reason I put Vegeta, I probably should be doing this on the stream, but one to start now, and one to start with this nice Untitled. Oh wow, that's a bit more than I expected. Last time when I did the math, it was only 72 hours. Apparently it's 86. 37. I'm also going to pick up a couple. Because what's the point of removing some? So we're not going to go down some expenses. We're going to stick with the maintenance. And for the only reason that they are cheap. So we have binocular. These. Mural. And we'll do the social. Now, if we go back into our training times, before I ran my extended synapse booster, this was
training
pushed
completed.
well out into more than 24 hours. As you can see, my training times have reduced significantly. I went from 15 to 22 and a half skill points per minute. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to bump up all of our implant points. Those of you who were here earlier may remember that I had already socketed a limited ocular filter, non-negative. So in order to socket those, I actually have to go approximately 18 years into our training. There was a significant drop, almost 25%. 24 skill points per minute. That is almost an improvement of 50%. Which I think is a little over 50% because I started off at 15. So, yeah. Now, the implants, the boosters, and all that do not necessarily mean a linear improvement. It is simply an improvement of how many points you're getting. And if you were to be running an Omega clone, you're already getting double those points to begin with. So it'll go that much faster. But as you see, which is great. So let's see if so now we have a little booster. We're obviously not going to take that with us. We'll put that here in the Jeep. So that is a quick overview of what to expect with skill points. How to improve them with boosters, with implants, and during limited time capabilities, accelerators. Comes in handy when you're trying to hurry up and level up certain things. As an Omega clone, you can only go so far. And once you've broken a certain amount of training points, you really can't do much more. You can only boost them using alpha boosters. So don't go too crazy, especially early on, until you know what you want to do. And you have enough ISK to afford your alpha boosters. That would be really good, because trust me, you'll go through it really fast. Alright. Now with that out of the way, switch back to some more entertaining stuff. I just realized you're doing bachelor work. So, let's skip that. Cool exploration. Alrighty. Major downside to being cheetah volcanoes, to be brutally honest, is it's cheetah. Everybody is here. Take a look at the locals, the local count, 1,270 plus people in one location. It gets full in here really, really fast. As you can see, not really a whole heck of a lot to do. So, we are going to start heading in. Now, honestly, I don't know where I'm going. I don't know this area really well because on my Omega clone, my corporation is a action warfare group that has me squarely in Galente and Midmatar side. Actually, this one's too terrible. Type 7. Up to speed. I highly doubt this will be worth it. I gotta be honest, I'm not really thrilled about the idea of popping into a wormhole just outside of China. Sorry, but I'm crazy, but I'm not stupid. So here we go. Also, that's really good. Puppy dogs opening. Nice. I even got my wife to fly my ship for me for a while today when I went to meet my son.
Skill training completed.
Oh man, that's a whole row. parts of space. So this is a C1, a C2, or a C3. And there's a strong likelihood it's going to be because of
Warp drive active.
not bad! I pushed the wrong button! Yes, I can always choose to stop seeing that error warning, but I'm stuck. Alright, so we got our combat control tower. That's really important. So, let's see if there's anything worth trying to scan. These being on opposite sides of the screen. There's a Castero. That makes me feel all kinds of good. Alright, let's see. So at this point, we're going to keep an eye on where the Castero seems to be. Probably more or less doing that now. Preparing to go home. And goes on the regular, just go forward. I am not thrilled with that. Let's
Warp drive active.
so lots of force stairs. This is what I always said, flatulence. Lots and lots of gas. Nothing more than fucking down. But that's okay. Honestly, I'm expecting to be something particularly just easily warped to. I don't necessarily know if that'll keep me alive.
Warp drive active.
So clearly this is not exactly the same as it has to be. So I think
Warp drive active.
ay, ay, ay.
active.
Oh, that was tons of Untitled.
Warp drive active.
Try a different system. We'll find a place that's not so. I do find it moderately humorous, though, that we're in a gigantic whole area of space. I'm going to chase down in my little dinky ship here. Welcome to your home. My scanners. Well, the funny thing is, realistically, I believe I could probably fly at a step. It would help, especially considering that I'm at the limit of what I can do on Alpha Force. The problem is doing that tends to make you a bigger target. It's a bigger, shinier, more expensive ship for someone to put on their kill list. The wormhole. A lot of people loudly suggest that we don't ever talk in low space and J space, because there are a lot of people who are just not exactly. I say to that,
Warp
this is
drive
Eve Online.
active.
Is anyone ever truly friendly? Exit wormhole. Unknown space. Less than a day. So it's not the biggest wormhole, but it appears to be relatively
Warp drive
untouched.
active.
No, stop it! Stop going to warp! Yes, I am aware. Alright. Wormhole. reason I usually don't need a jump away from wormholes is as long as I have a few seconds to get away, outside of the approximately 150 kilometer range, I start to be outside of point ranging and jamming ranging and scrambling ranging, so I can bounce out and try to escape. It only takes a few seconds at 3 kilometers per second. It only takes a minute or two to get far enough away to be somewhat safe. So we have a mining field, isolated core deposit. We have 4 signatures. So let's take I think the most fun one I've had so far is I was in a wormhole and I was 750,000 kilometers off the wormhole because I was doing exactly what I'm doing here, but I was doing it in a closed ship. So I'd actually been doing it for a while, and all of a sudden I had a dreadnought come in to the same area, and I was like, oh, that's cool, because they were pretty cool about it. They didn't blow me up, thankfully. I think it had more to do with the fact that I wasn't sitting on top of the wormhole, and I was a few thousand kilometers away, more so than anything. Plus, I was clothed more than anything else. So, yeah, it just wasn't really no one gives a crap about having to, and I'm cool. Exit. Ready. Look at the gas cloud. Mr. Bull? Mr. Rebel. I'm betting that is. I guess it could be Miss Terrible. I like Mr. Rebel better. Just because I think it sounds cooler. another night of gas clouds. And, well, actually, you missed me getting chased out of another wormhole. At this distance, I'm not really worried about that guy. It's Miss. Miss Terrible? Really? You can't be terrible. I am terrible. My first rumble today. Really? You had a frame per second drop that bad? I've actually never seen an issue with that as I'm going into wormholes. That might just be, I mean, I don't exactly have the most top-end rig, but it's a decent rig. I know on my laptop it can get a little wonky sometimes. It all depends on how many things are there to scan. And that's running an A10 something. Wow. Single digit frames per second. That is insane. I'm thinking what you like did it happen like right away? You're saying it happened. I mean, it cleared up right after you left. Did the frames per second just all of a sudden like bomb out, or was it a situation where you went to do your probe scanners and that's when it happened? Because I know that that's when I tend to have a little bit of a fun time with my laptop, when I have a location with a lot of things to scan. Forgotten perimeter outpost means lots and lots of explodable guys to blow you up. So we're going to skip that. Well, in that case, one thing you may want to consider doing, it may actually help, okay, is when you go to do the wormhole, change your interval down to interval 1 or interval 2 if you have it. And what that does is it reduces exactly where your game information sits in the queue for information on the memory processor. I normally keep mine on immediate because on my laptop, on my desktop it's fine, but on my laptop it's, you know, it depends on the day. I'm really not having any luck with these wormholes today.
Warp drive active.
I just warped to the wormhole I came into. That's not going to do me good, so let's warp to this one.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, like I said, I've had it on my laptop, and now that you mention it, it did happen when I was doing a little bit of wormholing. I didn't really think anything of it at the time. Dangerous parts of unknown space. Got no probes out. Toss a couple more entry spots. 100 frames per second, and anything if we go into a 15, 16-year-old, 15-year-old game, and all of a sudden your frames per second fall through the floor. I don't think you're on CountryNet. I honestly don't think that your internet connection would cause the issue. It could be that you're in the process of downloading some of the stuff for the wormhole. That's always a possibility. But yeah, I mean, try a different wormhole and see if it does it again. If it does, you're probably dealing with something to do with rendering stuff in the wormhole, which shouldn't be a problem, but hey, weirder things have happened. You blame your net for everything. I used to do that, and then Comcast finally fixed my stuff. Still a little sick, but I'm getting better. I can usually breathe through both nostrils while I'm in Oh, that's the wormhole I'm at. Makes it worse is wormhole space is like Eve Online's Wild West. So there's no law, there's no order. You gotta cover your own butt, or you're not gonna have it for long. Although if you're interested in a wingspan delivery, that's a good way to get one. Another good way to do that is to stream your gameplay and make it clearly visible for everybody where you are. Gas pockets. I've been eating a lot of vegetables. I have enough gas. I don't need more. Plus, it's not exactly like the gas machine is around the corner. You know, that is always a very real possibility, but I have free will, and I will gas mine when I want a gas mine. Right now I want a reservation. I think one of the biggest issues I'm running into really seriously is I'm not exactly any kind of real distance from a heavily populated space. I'm gonna put it that way. And so it's not really any surprise that all of these things have already been cleared out. Of course, I'd be the dum-dum and decide to jump into wormholes that I find in highly populated space. Believe it or not, they're more or less the same. And I have a place that I really like to go to do my wormholes. I'm just loath to show people where that is because the last thing I need is to put a bullseye on my favorite watering hole. What's up with all these level 3s? Like, seriously, that's been all of my luck today. Nothing but level 3s recently. No level 2 or level 1, which is an almost guaranteed availability for me to at least go into it. No, they're all these level 3 perimeter and awoken cache things. I can't scan those.
Skill training completed.
But I mean, I can go find. I mean, honestly, this might actually attach to some. Of course, for that one. Go there. Places where no ops. I got a couple places that I seriously regularly frequent, not because they're the best places to go, but because I know them and I know the people who tend to be in them, and I usually have a pretty solid idea of when it's time to run and when it's time to just keep going. You eventually learn who to transport people are, and people really don't have an interest in where you are. Obey the game and gas mine. No, I don't want to gas mine. I want to do something else. The funny thing is, earlier I was actually thinking about pulling in to do some faction warfare stuff, and then I realized that you kind of have to be decent at PvP to do that. So like I can show you what we have to do, but I would go like this. Hello, Crunchy Taco. Welcome to my ultimately fun and boring stream where we find out that wormhole space likes to tell us that space is flatulent, full of gas pockets. So far it's been quiet here, thankfully. Yes, the game demands gas mining. But there's no profit in it. Problem is I can't really say that with a straight face because you get a really good gas cloud and you will make some profit on it. Apparently it also demands I go through yet another wormhole. The faction warfare is PvP with bonus rewards. For doing faction warfare stuff, and that doesn't necessarily mean you have to be in faction warfare space. I'll probably go ahead and do this one time on this character once I have. Well, wait a minute. I don't want to say once I have more money, but I've got 850 million ISK. I can afford a couple faction warfare cruisers, but it's a lot of faction. It's a lot of capture the flag type stuff. But you also have bonus reward points for destroying enemy faction ships, as well as capturing the flag. I don't like using that example, but when I played it, that's really what it felt like. It was capture the flag with the risk of someone coming in and blowing you up. You get a couple different levels of faction warfare zones, and the more faction warfare is done in a particular region, the better the prices can become. One of the nice things about doing faction warfare is if you like slightly more powerful stuff, that's how people get the Navy faction stuff and the Imperial drones and stuff like that. So, I mean, there is an advantage to doing it, especially if you want to save a little bit of ISK. It's just, you're going to grind for that gear. Kind of looks like Fortnite. You're gonna have to explain that one a little bit, Crunchy Taco. I suppose, like, I mean, there's no absolutely no like random building of stuff. So this was here. I also think my son would very, very strongly disagree that this looks anything like Fortnite. That's like his favorite game right in the world right now. Another gas pocket. Yay! Obey the game. Demand gas mining. That's the last one. Dang it. I'm not doing gas mining. I'm not. I refuses.
Warp drive active.
I don't want to do it. You can't make me do it. Oh, crud. I forgot to save my exit wormhole. Sorry about that. Unknown parts of space. Yeah, I might be. I might be in trouble. Oh, jeez. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. No, that can't be my exit wormhole because I hadn't warped away from my wormhole yet. Crap. It's the wrong wormhole. Oh, no. I mean, at least this one's worth looking into really quick, but... Yeah, really. But I gotta find my exit first. Oh, man. Of course, I would do something this stupid as to forget to mark my exit. So it's not BMQ. It is that one.
Warp drive active.
Deadly unknown parts of space. I'm absolutely certain this one's not it.
Warp drive active.
Because the one I came out of was not classified as a deadly. It was classified as just a regular, so it was either C1, 2, or 3 or P60. I don't think that's it. Let's find out. The best on it is going to be the WWB. Unfortunately, not the WWF. Ah, there it is. Found it. Okay. I'm no longer lost. Okay, so I found my exit. So now let's take a look and see what's behind door number WWE.
Warp drive active.
Oh, man. Space. Let's check it out. There's got to be something for me somewhere in space today. Just gotta be. No ships immediately on the radar. 4 cosmic signatures. Let's save the location. Exit. Alright. And now we'll commence our running. Just because I know it's right here. Go ahead. Pivot. Scanner probes, Athenors. So apparently some people do some moon mining in this asteroid. And some production and some manufacturing as well. That's what the Athenors are for moon rock mining. Literally, it bores out a chunk of moon, rips it out of the moon, and then you explode it, and you got like 2 or 3 days to suck up all the ore that gets left behind from it. And you want some really good ISK. You want to do you want to get into a group that does some moon rock mining and make sure that they get some really, really rare stuff, because holy crap. My first $500 million day came from just grinding away at moon rock. One of the guys I was mining with literally had a fleet of like 7 or 8 accounts that were all running high-end mining barges and an Orca. So he was running his own heavy-duty mining fleet. He was pulling in billions in a day. He'd process his own stuff. He'd sell his own stuff. No money went anywhere outside of him. So it was all pure profit. He would take it to Jita, or he'd take it to Dixie. He'd sell it all off, and it was nothing but profit. honest, I'm still trying to figure out how this looks at all like Fortnite. Oh yeah? You did a Dixie for your first time today. As long as you're not in faction warfare, usually you can sell things at a better price. You can buy things at a better price in Jita. I'm not going to say you can sell them at a better price in Jita. Those cannons kept shooting at something. You talking about the cannons that were around the base? Around the main selling base in Dodixie? Because if that's what was going on, then you had somebody who decided to open fire and provoke the police. Yeah, that's probably what happened. Somebody probably provoked the police. There's a couple guys who are always fighting in there, and that's their big thing. Oh, come on, I'm within range. The one guy's like, he's always saying, you know, donate to me and I'll do PvP here in Dodixie, and he actually does it. Actually, I bet you it's this one down here. Well, apparently I'm in the middle of someone's typical flight path. That's the second time I've seen that particular cargo ship roll through. They have a wormhole chain set up in here right now, so I should probably keep an eye on the size of the wormholes as I'm working. This is a level 4. Oh no, if this was gas... if this is a gas site, I probably would have already gotten something to identify it already. I have a suspicion this is a level 4 or level 5 site for exploration. Well, it might be a 3. I think you just want me to pull out a gas mining ship and go back at it again. I knew it. Level 3. Almost willing to bet a couple ISK that it's going to be a perimeter or something like that. Because that's just been my luck for the past few days. Perimeter. What, do the mining or do the perimeter thing? Oh wait, you mean gamble the ISK. Well, I would have won, so. I'm just batting a 0 today. Do the perimeter. All right. Just for you, I'll warp in within 100 kilometers, and you'll see why I don't do
Warp drive active.
these sites. Within a couple seconds, you're gonna see. Just watch over here on the overview. In the meantime, I'm going to get my escape warp ready. Yes, it has lots and lots and lots of rats. And they're not easy. They are really, really rough, especially if you're a very... Why didn't it go to warp? Go to warp. Jump
Warp
now.
drive active.
No, no, no. Go, go, go. Get out of there. And that is why I don't do the perimeter stuff. Because those rats, they don't play nicely. They are very, very mean and evil and angry. They're actually sleeper drones. So when you see, you know, the marker of what type of ship they are, high sec. Let's see what this drops us. But you see the markers you see there, and you're thinking about the pirates you typically go ahead and fight up against. Take that and like multiply their difficulty by like 50, and that's what you got there. So we are now in Neverab with some cosmic signatures in the area. It's medium security space. So I guarantee you one of those wormholes, one of those is a wormhole in this place. So I'm going to drop drones. And I'm going to... Yeah, pretty much. Now, let's take a look and see how far this is from where we left off. So we are 14, well, depending on exactly where the route takes us, we're between 12 and 16 jumps away from where I started for the day. So not a bad start off at all. In fact, if I was trying to move things from Jita to Amar, I would be ecstatic. I don't think I'm in the Amar home system. I do think I'm not too far away from Amar itself. There you go. Is that better? Oh, I always have the music playing. Alright, let's see what we got in here in mid-security space. Something I might actually be able to do. Yay! Yeah, pretty much. In truth, I'm a huge fan of the music in the game. A little bit. A little bit jarring. Yes, I will agree with that. But yeah, I love the music in this game. And actually, when I'm at work, I actually, like, I log into E, and, like, I just let the music play. Okay, something I can actually scan.
Warp drive active.
Now, the level 1, 2, and 3, and I think also the level 4 pirate outposts, you should not find pirates in them. Now, there are some that are a potential explosion risk, so remember to keep that in mind while you're out here doing this kind of stuff. Let's see what's even in this box. Nothing top of the line, but could be a lot worse. Winner. Not exactly what I was hoping to win. Really, nothing I can do, right? Get a little closer and see if it makes a difference. It's always fun when your targets are empty, but you know what? If I finish this off, it'll get rid of it, and no one else will have to do it. And of course, it just sets it a target range.
Skill training completed.
Wow, a lot of repair stuff. It's going to be empty. Yep. It sucks, but you know, what else can you do? Like I said, if I Well, to be fair, this is a level 1 location, so these are really, really easy in comparison to what I'm used to running. Of course. Wow, that was the most amazing, most awesomest haul ever. But hey, I got to do one, so yay, I guess.
Warp drive active.
I mean, just look at that total value for an hour's worth of searching. I mean, you just can't get any better than $250,000. Yes, I know. I should go do gas mining, but I don't want to. Not to mention, I'm not even 100% sure where my gas mining boat is off the top of my head. Now, one of the things, I don't think I've ever taken us over here, but if we go to one of these perimeter ore locations, and of course we want to make sure we're not going to get slammed as soon as we show up. But the biggest thing you have to worry about there, honestly, is the sleeper drones. But when you get there, there's usually some really, really nice ore to mine. So here, if I had a normal miner, I'd be pulling up the Hedbergite and the Crocite and the Bestow, because, I mean, they may look small, but if you get in here and you actually start mining these rocks can be worth millions on their own. So it's definitely something to consider doing.
Warp drive active.
I bet you this is the one I just left and I'm just drawing a blank. Typically, though, if you're planning on doing mining sites like that, either A, bring... you're going to want to either A, bring dangerous space. Someone who's running a well-tanked cruiser or a battle cruiser, or keep a battle cruiser in really close range, because those rats, again, in wormhole space, you're dealing with sleepers for the rats. So they're not little jokes. They will come at you and they will mop the floor with you.
Warp drive active.
It's already midnight. I told myself I'd get off at midnight. But I didn't even make up enough. Well, that's what I'm saying. You take like a decent battle cruiser and you'll be fine. This can't be the same place. Yes, that's got to be the same place because. Ah, that are two high security wormholes here. But yeah, I actually on my Omega account, I run a Myrmidon to clear pirates off the rocks and clear them off the gas. Yeah, pretty much. Oh wow! There's two separate wormholes in a high sec. So let's see if this is the. Let's see if this is not the one I was just in. If it is, yeah, it is. Crud. I'll be here for a few more seconds then. Yeah, it's polarized. So. Yes, thankfully these ships don't require refueling. I know. Let's see. Search. Oh, okay. Well, apparently my cloud mining venture is in Dodixie. So by the time I got to my cloud mining venture and got back into the area, well, I hate to say it, but pretty much time for bed. Because I have to, excuse me, rejoin society tomorrow and go back to work. Alright, let's see where this one takes us. Unfortunately, no, I can't hermit with everybody. I gotta... Oh my god, it's Amar. Like, this is like... Wow. That is insane. It shaves like 6 jumps. Oh, Amar. It's actually the home world for Amar. We're actually in like the Amar home world. And this is going to be the only the only signature here because it is Amar. Like this is actually where their main commerce hub is, right here. So that explains why someone was using this to ferry stuff. Why I watched someone ferry stuff through this wormhole, because it shaves off 6 jumps. It's a little more risky, but you're saving yourself 5 to 10 minutes of jump time. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. And so they probably had some people out scanning earlier for looking for shortcuts between Amar and Jita, and that's what they came up with. And hey, it works. It's 3 jumps instead of what was it, 7, 8, 9, somewhere in that range. Unfortunately, though, that means, excuse me, that this area's probably been very heavily scanned.
Warp drive active.
It's actually one of the reasons that I enjoy doing all the exploration thing is because I find it interesting to find shortcuts like that. It's interesting that, you know, you'll be where you are and all of a sudden, excuse me, it takes half the time to get to where you're talking. So show deadly unknown space. Well, let's find out how deadly it is. Wah, 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 wah. So this will be a C6 wormhole. And looks like this is semi-occupied. Got about 10 or 11 different things to scan. So my biggest, if I'm being real here, my biggest concern is that there's going to be someone cloaked up guarding this site because, like I said, this is a semi inhabited area. So the major concern is being able to escape. Based off of the scan here, we have an Astro House and a mobile depot in range. So what that tells me is that people are, if they don't live here, they use this site on a regular basis to handle their manufacturing. If we look at the map here, I mean, I have almost the entire section scanned, so the only place that's out of my scan range is this planet and moon system here. And so there's a strong likelihood that there might actually be someone in that area. So I am going to have to be on my toes. So we get wormhole or gas pocket. Haha, wormhole! Nope. Nope, it was no, it was a wormhole. It was not always gas. next locality. That one was gas. I am not mining gas. It's not happening. No, no, no. No, 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 not doing it. I'll do it tomorrow. Y'all just want another wingspan delivery, I swear to beans. What a wingspan. Yes, yes. It would take an hour to fill my hold and come up with any amount worth actually selling. Oops, I forgot to double check my setting. And to be honest, like I said, my plan was to be in bed here at about midnight, so that way when I go to work tomorrow, I'm not dead on my feet. I mean, I guess I could always just throw together one in Jita. Yeah, really. Eve the drug that goes one more data site. Oh, look, speaking of. I still have not run across a DED site yet. I've run into ghost sites, but not a DED site yet. Oops. You learned right quick, didn't you? Jumping in with barely any ammo. I wouldn't. I mean, unsecured core emergence. Sounds about right.
Warp drive active.
I have a feeling this is a sleeper drone site. So I'm going to take a look at it out of sheer curiosity. There's no gas. Yeah, we're not going to sit around here for any length of time.
Warp drive active.
Well, crap.
Warp drive active.
Yes, that just happened, folks. Yeah, that was a turret. And it one-shotted me. The worst part was that I was in the process of trying to escape it. Hey, beautiful. So,
Active.
I would strongly advise against going anywhere near core emergencies unless you're in a well-fitted battleship or something to that effect, because they just don't like you. Oh. I have no idea when she's watching that. That is true. I didn't have to suffer that one, and that's, yeah. I'm not gonna suffer a DED site with no ammo. I'm sorry, but I want to live. But I do think that is going to be it for me for the evening, since I currently am sans ship. I guess that means I'm going to be going to Jita and building myself a quick Imicus, or whatever I feel like building, because I mean, we're just outside of Jita. I'll be completely real, just outside of Jita. I was close enough that I could have been there in minutes. But yeah, that one warp change, that one warp change through wormholes, it turns a 7 or 8, an 8 or 9 jump trip to 3 jumps from here to Amar. I mean, why wouldn't you do that? Especially if you were trying to move some high value merchandise. So yes, my Imicus perished. And this is what it looks like when you lose your ship. Yeah, 3 good safe jumps. You'll get your now, I mean, there really wasn't much to salvage off of what happened. Really, there wasn't. So, I mean, it's not like I lost a super expensive boat on that one. It just kind of sucks that I lost the ship. But now that gives me an opportunity to decide, do I want to continue running Galente stuff and just running Imicus? Yeah, it hit me at 130 kilometers away. But yeah, I can do an Imicus, or I can do the, I believe it's a probe.
Docking permission requested.
Yeah, really. Or if I want to do Caldari, it's the Heron, which is right here.
Docking request accepted.
Or the Amar, it's called the Magnet, and it looks like a gigantic tooth. Now, if memory serves, I can actually fly all of those ships. Frigate. Yep, I can fly them all, and I can fly them all with roughly the same level of skill. The Amar ship, it does look really nice. It really, really does. And in fact, it's one of the reasons why, before I was in faction warfare, I actually took the time to get one. A lot of the Amar ships look really, really nice. And that's because they're, rich people. I mean, some of the skins look really cool too. For me, though, I mean, my personal flight preference, quite honestly, I really do prefer my kickstand, my Amicus. And well, it looks like a bike on a kickstand. That's all I can see when I see that. It's a bike on a kickstand. Yeah, so your ship would probably be the Pro, is what you have for yourself. And so that would be here. The only thing I don't like about your Galente. Oh. Yeah, see the Minmatar are escaped slaves. The one thing I both like and dislike about the the Minmatar ships is they look like someone threw them together with scrap parts from other ships. Like, really, they do. Yeah, well, they are, because they look like they're scrap ships. Plus, one of the jokes is flying a Minmatar is like flying a tin can while shooting an Uzi. Now, if I wanted to pick up a really decent ship, one of the ones I'd pick up would actually be the Astero. Now, honestly, if it wasn't for the fact that this would put a gigantic bullseye on me, I would probably do it. And I'd put either
skill training completed.
Which one was it? Yeah, normally there's 60 million apiece. I either do a spectral shift or the Crystal Blast, or the Glacial Drift. My personal favorite is, like, I love... Well, I can't close... Well, good point. Good point. So kind of pointless for me to get this ship, because I can't afford losing it. I didn't even think about that. Thank you. That was greatly appreciated. So that kind of puts me back here at the base level stuff. So I have to choose between magnet, magnate. Well, I guess there's also the Sunesis. Which I hate the fact that you can't just look at those ships. You have to know about them and then go hunting them down. So, at least with a Sunesis, I would be able to withstand a couple hits. And they're not terribly expensive. I think I can fly this, actually. And because... Yeah, it does. It really does. And because it's not a cloak-based ship, the really nice thing about this is if I want to make this a missile boat, I can. I mean, it'll give me an opportunity to protect myself against some of the lighter duty stuff. I wouldn't suggest going into any kind of prolonged combat with it. But, let's see. Requirements. Yep, I could fly this. And it's got a little more capacity. So, realistically, I could go with the Sunesis, have a bit more shielding, because let's be real here, that it's a bad idea to go anywhere where I can get one pop like that. So let's see here. The only downside to this ship is that it is slow. I mean, terribly slow. So we're gonna pull up the Sunesis here. Destroyer. I thought it was a... Huh. I could have sworn it was a not a destroyer, the frigate. I could have sworn it was a frigate. Ships. That is kind of cool. Not a bad. Wow. and give you a hug. That's what I was going for. Really? Oh, love you, baby. Oh, that's cool looking in the weirdest way. Oh man, Zephyr. Prototype Iris? Well, there we go. A Zephyr. And sleeper drones won't target it. Awesome. It's expensive. It really, really is. And I don't think I can justify the cost. Oh, man. Holy crap. $75% bonus to small hybrid damage. Wow. That would be fun. Alright. So the Zephyr. Let's see if I can't. Actually, I'm curious now. I'm curious what the actual fitment is. So simulate. Oh my god. The only thing this thing can actually equip is the Iris Probe Launcher. Ah. I mean, the thing weighs nothing. But apparently, it's not available to purchase. Prototype Iris. Wow. So it's an extremely expensive but very neat looking shuttle. Top speed of 300 meters per second. I mean, if you were trying to get in, yeah, really, it's probably, yeah, that launcher probably is valued at millions. And this is a one shot on pretty much anything. I mean, I kind of want to get it just so that way I have one. But we're trying to not be stupid. So, let's... a silver magnet. Oh, man. Can you tell that I've never actually looked at these before? Because I'm sitting here like... The Echo. Kind of nifty looking. Unitos. Yeah. I know, I gotta do a practical ship. But hey, it's kind of fun to look. I mean, if nothing else, it's, you know, I've never done it before, so this is all new stuff. Now, I mean, seriously though, I am very seriously considering getting the Sunesis because I mean I'm not even worried about the skins for the Sunesis. What I'm liking here about the Sunesis is it's not terribly expensive. It's 10 million for a destroyer that I can use for scanning, and it's got a little more fitment to it available. Now I can obviously, if I bump up for missiles, I'll get a little bit better with this ship. So I mean I can realistically make a practical Sunesis, and it'll take a little more beating than any of the frigates because of what it does, because of the way it's set up. The only downside is I don't get the bonus to the antiviruses that I would get from explicit explorer frigates. Oh, so that's something to keep in mind, especially considering what I've been wanting to do with this stuff. You know, you got to keep in mind your benefits. Like, sure, this might have survived that individual smack, but at the same time, it might have proven to be a downfall. So, Guardian Vexor can deploy 6 drones. Yes. It's probably just a regular, slightly different color scheme. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, here we go. I'm digging the color scheme. That is awesome looking. I like it. Oh, man. This is a bomber. Definitely a bomber, but man, that looks great. I'm having way too much fun looking through this stuff. There we go. We'll turn that into a ship for exploration. There we go. Okay, time to stop playing around. Alright, honestly, it's not a terrible idea to do a Sunesis, because they can be fitted really nicely. So let's switch back over here. And we're going to pull back into the Sunesis. So, I mean, the power grid and CPU is much, much better. Plus, it can take a few hits if you wind up finding yourself in a place where, you know, someone comes up to tag you. So, but again, the biggest issue here is its top speed is really slow. It really is. So the first thing clearly we'd want to do with that is we definitely would want to put on a micro warp drive. Now the question is, do we want to do a 5 or a 50? Most likely we're going to want to do a 5 because, well, it's not going to kill our power supply. The only downside though is, I mean, it's not going to be anywhere near as fast as what we're used to with our nice speedy little frigate. So let's see here. So do that. And we're going to want some analyzers. So data and a relic analyzer. I know I had a cargo scanner on the last one, and I really wish I could actually do these, but these are, if memory serves, these are yeah, Omega clone only, and they come in handy, but unfortunately it's not something I can do. I'm gonna go with the cheaper one. So as of right now, I mean, we're not trying to make this the no, because this is the basic array, the scan acquisition array. Oh, you're right. Was I on the 2? Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. So I could drop this and let's see, acquisition, either speed up the time or improve their strength. kind of sucks that this one is not available, but you know, you get what you can, so we'll make it scan faster. It's a good idea. Alright, so our medium slots are full. Alright, so obviously we need a probe launcher. I know. I'm meaning to hit view market details to see if it's 30 million. For a 10% bump in scanning performance, it's a huge price difference. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm definitely going to load up Sister of Eden probes. But I'm also thinking that I'm going to add... Yeah, they do. Yeah, regular launchers will fire Sisters of Eden probes. That's not an issue at all. The issue is strictly trying to cut down how long it takes me to get up and running, honestly. So, alright. We are going to make this defend itself with missiles. Drone navigation computer simply because it uses practically nothing. Huh? Oh. Duh. I forgot to turn off medium. See, drone link augmenter. My biggest concern is it really chews up the CPU. Let's take a look at the low end. Definitely going to add that to improve to warp time. Honestly, if I want to plug anything onto here, it'll probably just be... I'm just going to plug in some damage control. It'll reduce how much damage I'm taking overall. I really like the idea of going to warp in no time, but at the same time, you know, I'm looking at doing this ship because it'll take a couple hits, and plugging in this, it'll reduce. I mean, it still has my armor and shield, but I don't know. That was my dog. Let's see what we got here. We already got one of those plugged in. Yeah, my poor puppy dog. Alright. So. And I could have up to 4 drones at a time. So 2 flights of drones would be a decent idea. So let's take a look at the rigs. If I do a gravity rig, if I do 2 gravity rigs, it'll make my scan times go down. Or, yeah, it'll improve my scan abilities. Scan strength. You know what? That gives me an idea, actually. I'm going to swap out yeah, I'm going to plug in one of the range finding arrays instead of another one of these, so that way discussion with someone today on the use of exotic dancers as slaves on a big ship. Right, right. Because it'd be cheaper than a normal crew. Sadly, that's probably accurate. My downside to that is, if you're dealing with exotic dancers, how well will they be able to actually fly the ship? Signal focusing kit. Faster missiles. Longer distance missiles. Then, oh, still have another slot up there. Actually, when you look at it that way, 20k ISK for an entire crew. That's gotta be. That's kind of funny, actually. Can I handle slapping on another missile launcher? Right.
Skill training completed.
So which one of these? These are T-21s. Ah, crud. Oh, wait a minute. The one that I have moused over. All right. Light missiles and auto-targeting missiles. So definitely need to load up. I'm gonna go with Inferno missiles. And the reason I'm going with the Inferno missiles is because apparently thermal resistance is the least often protected against or tanked against weapon. Well, now that I'm thinking about it, salvager. Alright, so for the ship as we see it now, we're going to get a quick price. $10 million. Only downside is I completely forgot I'm about to make that price skyrocket. Exactly. Yeah, making that price go up and up and up and up and up. So you need to do $1 million a piece for integrateds. Or a little bit more for Federation Navy. And I guess I could save myself a boatload of money and go with regulars. Because, I mean, I'm already putting all the money into... I'm already putting a bunch of money into just building up a relatively well-controlled ship. So So I need to cut corners a little bit, I think. And hobgoblins, they have the hardest punch, but they tend to be a bit further out for their orbit. Well, let's see if I can find... They're more expensive? Well, I definitely will be insuring it, but the thing to remember about doing insurance is the insurance only covers like the physical ship itself. It doesn't cover anything attached to the ship. So when you see that estimated price, that's what you're going to get. Screw it. I'm already putting a boatload of money into this thing. We're already looking at a potentially 12 million ISK ship. Something caused the price to jump. I'm not sure what I changed though. Ah, the probes. So I'm literally buying a 20 million ISK ship. Hold on a second. Let's see. $75 isn't terrible. Well, I can only do this because of a very generous donation that I received. I want to say a week ago or so. Inferno missiles. Let's see, 48 each. Yeah, I always tell people that's what they should do. You need to go ahead and add some more missiles. So, let's see. All right. There we go. I now have my Sumises. But yeah, as you see here, insuring the ship. It seems kind of pointless to spend 1.8 ISK to get 6 back if it blows up. So, one of the downsides, I suppose, of picking up a expensive boat. Alrighty. Well, it's been a lot longer doing that. Than initially planned. Why does it seem like I'm missing some missiles? That's why. That is true. Alright, now I'm fully equipped and ready to fly in my 20 million-isk ship, which is just a bigger bullseye to put on my back. So, that'll be interesting. So, with that... Oh wait, I forgot to... Let's see. Oh yeah? And is that going to be by reminding me that I should be mining gas? All right. There we go. Now, that means I should be in better shape to do a little bit of exploration tomorrow. The only thing that I have to remember at this point is that it is that much more imperative that I do a good job and actually get some profit next time. So that's definitely on the docket for tomorrow. There we go. The SS Lobster. You know what? You know what? There we go. It is now the SS Lobster. Unfortunately, though, it is that time. Time for me to go to sleep and do the thing that, people do like an hour and a half ago normally. So with that, this has been the Lone Wolf. It's been an absolute blast losing my ship with you guys tonight. Fly safe, take care, and enjoy your morning. Have a good night, everyone.